our party, and we are lucky and very proud of our involvement with that movement. So any questions anybody has about our role in IAC? I mean, we can make comments. Don't have to be questions. You can come and make your comments about your views on IAC and the role we had. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yes, I'm Jay Columban, known as JP here.
You can come here if you want.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'm just
Okay.
yes, we all know corruption is rampant back in India. And definitely we need a cleansing of the system. And as we correctly pointed out, we need to know whether it is the individual who is corrupt or the system which makes that individual corrupt. Okay. Having said that, what are our objectives, or how do, let me say, we think we will be able to do something about it way back in India? Because even people, honest people who have been trying to make changes to the system or to the corruption have not been able to succeed even to 10%, let me say that. See, even like as a chief minister, Arvind Kejriwal couldn't get things done, and he had to go on a dharna. It just shows how difficult in India is to get things to people's attention. Of course, this has made a big impact on the people, a common man, from what we saw by the election results in Delhi. But still, coming back to my question is like, what are our objectives, or how do we think we will be able to make an impact way back home? Thanks.
Yeah, I think, and you can also add your comments. I think the way to tackle corruption, and there's no panacea or a silver bullet for fixing corruption, but the way Aam Aadmi Party is trying to tackle corruption is through the policy of self-governance, Swaraj, where the control is with the local people. So as you may have heard in the speech that Arvind Kejriwal made at the inauguration, that the local development will be handed over to the people. So people will have direct control over the budget, how that money is spent, on what projects you spend that money. So you cut out all the middlemen who've been sort of perpetuating this corruption. So as Kejriwal mentioned, and he talks about at length in his book, Swaraj, that resident welfare associations will be in charge of local development. They will decide what projects get funded, and they will, along with other board members, they will make sure that the work is done properly, and once they are satisfied with the progress of the work, they'll make payments to the contractors. So I think it's a very bold move. We are this policy of self-governance. It's not just an idea. It is going to be put to test in Delhi, and I think that will be a major step in combating corruption.
Yes, Rakesh Bhai put it very good. That's what all this fight is about. And I think this is the best moment for this question and the answer, that I would like to talk about Swaraj Yatra. This is like people, three people who walked 200 plus miles from Washington, DC to New York, meeting a lot of township officials, mayors in the US, and understand how participatory democracy works in this country, what we can actually learn from here, being such a mature democracy. Of course, everything has a pro and con. And I think let's hear from Mr. Jayesh Srivastav. I would like to invite him because he was the one who walked along with two other people, Akshay Anugu from Florida and Madhusudam from Boston. So, and we locally people joined him when he was in New Jersey, many of us, Rakesh Bhai and his daughter, and we were walking with him. But those are the three people who walked 200 plus miles, and it was really amazing to see that thing going on at that time. So please invite Jayesh Srivastav.
Hi, thank you, Himanshu and Rakesh Bhai and all and everyone coming here and actually celebrating 26th January with us. So we walked 200 plus mile, and at that time I was not sure that I can do it, because you can see from my body structure I'm not in a good shape. So nothing was planned. This was the first thing that I have done in my life, which is little bit on a crazy end side, and first thing which involved the society. Before that I was like a normal guy going to 9 to 5 office job, and and all those things. So basically it all started when I went and met other people in US convention of Aadmi Party in Chicago. So there the idea of Swaraj Yatra came. Why? Because Akshay is very active member in ISC and also in Aadmi Party. So I had some basic question, and he was saying, like, since you follow on Facebook and you are active, still you are asking so basic questions that I think there are many people like you who are out there who doesn't know anything. So instead of they coming to us, because not everyone can come and meet you, let's go and touch all the local communities and the people. And that's how it started. Then I took 2 weeks off from my office in August, and then we started walking. Then Madhu joined us. And initially the idea was, let's go and talk to the people and do the awareness campaign. But then after 1 or 2 days, we thought, like, since we are already walking, we are talking to the people, why not let's go to the county office and talk to the official and understand what actually participatory democracy means. And that's how we started, like, on the fly we are making the appointments, we are going and talking to the people. And then it was very eye-opening for me. First thing is, here each county functions very differently. They are very much independent. So structure is also very different. And if you compare the system that we have, I'm talking about the basic thing, not like a big concept, whether to decide FDI or not. But the basic thing, like, you have a voice that you can raise and people will listen to you, at least the government officials. It's missing in India. It's absolutely missing in India. The other thing that I came to know during this walk, and I will say it's because of Suresh Adiga. At that time, he was running a call-a-thon program. So that gave me an opportunity to call the MP and talk to them. And I have never done this before. So it was about the RTI and other things. So Suresh was very active and he was doing. So while walking, because you are walking 8 hours or 10 hours, so there are not much to do. So we called during the walk. And then you can see the arrogance. It's like not through the media, not through the debate, you're talking to them directly. We called Chidambaram also, and you can see how he responds. So technically, no matter what you do in your life, how educated or literate you are, they don't care. They don't care damn about you. It's basically you just pay the taxes and don't question us. We are the one who will run the government. And government for them is their own need and their own greed. So I think the previous question was about corruption. So there are two types of corruption. Corruption of need, which 90% of the people are like facing, and then corruption of greed, which only 5 or 6 people are doing. And those are the people who are corrupting, who are basically destroying the system. So that I came to know during that time, when you go and ask questions to your local representative and then you see how they respond to you. So that was a big learning for me. Another one which I found, and it's for me personally, is like when you walk 20 miles or 15 plus miles, you feel a real pain. It's like at the end of the day you cannot stand and you cannot do a lot of things. But then I have a luxury that I can go because I'm walking only like till 7 or 8, and after that we are distributing flyer and all. But then I can have a full meal, I can go and rest in some place, and people are very generous here. If you don't plan and if you want to do, you will see Indian people coming in and they are helping you. So in the day we don't know where we will sleep, but during the day, and because of all this social media, like you will have a place to stay, someone will feed you, so you have an option of getting all those things. And then you're fresh, next day you can walk again. And it's only 2 weeks of experiment, which I did personally on my own. But imagine a person who is doing a hard labor whole day in India, and less than $2 a day they earn. And he has to feed all his family. So he can go to the bed, but no matter how pain he is feeling, he has to get up early next day and then do the same thing again. So, and there are so many people who are actually doing this. So this helped me to relate more to the society. And at the end of the walk, I can tell you with confidence that 90% of the people, they had good degrees and they're earning a lot. So we are all literate, but there is a difference between literacy and education. And I think that's what's missing in most of us. Especially in my case, I can say I was not educated before, Because I was just thinking about me and my family and okay, this much investment, this much dollar, finally this will. But that's not the life, is it? You don't need more. You need to see like what is missing. And I can say in India, for discussion's sake, we can talk about FDI, we can talk about all big things, but very basic thing is missing. And when you compare the system between India and US, you will see there is no way that common people can raise a voice there. We have done so many calls from here just to register an FIR. And there is a lot of arrogance in the people who are ruling. They are still in a different phase of their life, a mindset. So, and many people actually came for this yatra, and like Sushil ji, he was visiting his children here, and he came to know that he joined us. He is an active volunteer in Narela in Delhi. And then Kranti Bhai, he flew from Canada, he came, he joined. So it started from a very small thing, but then at the end it became very big. And then Madhu, who is one of our walkers, he left his job, he went to India, and he did a lot of work in India now. Yeah.
Let's begin with you, Akshay.